If you've been touched by any of our programs, please send your tax-deductible donation.
Donate using OCN P.O. Box 45465, Los Angeles, California 90045, or call and donate at 323-638-2710.
Or send your correspondence to the email below on the screen. In the meantime, let's expand the gospel worldwide, and thank you. And welcome to The Lord Reigns. I'm Pete Allman. My friends, today we're going to talk a little bit about a number of topics. And if you're having problems and you are frustrated in life, what I can tell you is that if you accept Jesus Christ in your life as your Savior, along with God and the Holy Spirit, your life's going to be a lot different. And my guest today is not only an actor, not only a producer, but he's a grand master in the martial arts. And we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the homeless situation. We'll talk about the politics of what's going on in our society. That's very important. And now let me introduce to you Grandmaster Eric Lee, and it's wonderful having you on the show.
Hello. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes.
Let's talk about whatever you like to talk about. I can only express what I know. So.
Amen. First of all, we are in a society where more people are going back to church now because of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And so I say to myself, how do people know God? Well, everybody has a different story. And my question to you is, when did you first become acquainted about God?
I guess I didn't know this until maybe 30 years ago. When you were a kid, you just go to the things you like to do. And of course, and when you're young and you don't have a lot of experience, you just go to whatever. But later on, as you get older, especially last 10, 20 years, you start to realize because you're only camping here. Okay, and then you have experiences, and then they call this wisdom, is because as you get older, you can make more mistakes, and everybody makes mistakes. And then, so you realize everything come to you that you can appreciate it, and then it's God's giving. Okay, it's something that we all reflected on, at least we do, and then that's how it's important to understand life is always under construction. So it's perfectly imperfect. So God gave you the privilege to choose how you want to deal with it. So, and each one of us are different because we have different belief system, and all this is coming from our own mind, what's given, and we have a choice. How we want to deal with everything that comes upon your life. I'm kind of person like to do many things, we can talk about it, and it's my privilege to do many things. So therefore, I feel very lucky that I'm still here.
Amen for that.
Yeah. So the longer we're here, the more experience you get. I'm not a couch potato kind of person, so I'm very active, and then I believe in principle of balance also. So I know many friends. I pray with some of the friends regularly, and then we all have challenges. Go ahead, and I don't want to talk more than I need to. Go ahead, ask me a question.
Well, the other question that comes to mind is, how do you achieve peace within yourself?
Well, balance. Okay, you don't give too much power to negativity or repeat any negativity. So I let go, and then so everybody in the world have some challenges, and then so in order to understand that, like television, a lot of bad news going on. That's how they sell. So when I shut off the TV, I don't give power to the negativity. But if you do, you will. Like, for example, because each one of us have feeling for things, how we deal with it. Just the other day, not that long ago, this is very recent, and I said, oh, my hair's getting thin up there. What can I do? And then I don't like it. And a few minutes later, I said, okay, I accept it. So I accept what's the challenge, because it's technically, I just write down all the things I don't like, and I learn to love it.
I see. The other thought that comes to my mind is, in the business that we're in, which is the film business and other things,
Film business.
how do you handle the obstacles that confront you?
Okay. As you know, you're in business, in show business, and when I first come to LA, okay, this man gave me a script. I live in Beverly Hills. He lived in Beverly Hills, so he offered me a place to stay. It's called 7 Keys to the Dragon. I haven't seen it ever since. He was kind of ill. He's from India. And then, okay, that's my first impression. I was teaching him for 2 years. And unfortunately, he got sick, and he paid me. So that was an experience. And later on, I become the member of the SAG, Screen Actors Guild. And then I go to a lot of audition. Okay, and then, so the casting director in the old way, they don't give you a video. They just give you a sheet of paper. It's called co-reading, as you know. And then it's always the same people. I decided that when a casting director throw you a co-reading paper, and you got a few minutes to practice it, but it's always same people. So they come to me and say, hey, Eric, how are you doing? They don't really mean it. They wish I'm not there to compete with them. So I decided that because I have done a lot of stuff in my life, and I guess you can call ego or myself, I feel that, and so it's always the same people. When they throw you a bone, that means they give you a piece of paper. You read the piece of paper, and then some people are better with audition than actually act. Okay, they are very good at present themselves pretty well. So I decided that I don't want to be like a hungry dog. They throw you a bone, and you're going to fight with the other dogs. So I don't want to do that. I decided to make my own film, do my own thing, and I have 10 or 15 people. I think about 15 people into the SAG. They call Taft-Hartley. I get them into the SAG, and then 2 people died because they're doing some crazy stuff, and one broke 2 legs, and one hit the wall and died. And then, so the other one are still here, but there's a couple of people I still remember who they are, but the rest of the people I don't remember who they are, because when you give, when you help, you forget. I'm not a conditional giver. I don't care about that.
So I know that martial arts has a lot to do with concentration, and I was going to ask you the fact that do you, when you had those obstacles, I know you're doing your own films and whatnot, but when you had those obstacles, did you envision, did you change your mind of thinking? Because when the pressure comes upon you and you're dealing with those obstacles and things don't work out, then the depression sets in and disappointment sets in. So how do you handle that?
Well, that's easy for me because I don't give power to them. Okay, it's frustration, anxiety, it's challenges is all part of life. If you got knocked down, just get up and do again. That's all. And I don't emotionally attach to it. I just move on. And then, so as you know, like I said before, life is always under construction. Because I have many things to do, many things I like reading, making film, doing martial art demonstrations, seminars, all that stuff. So I'm trying I can still do that even today, close to 80, almost 80 years old. So I feel that I've been lucky, I can still do that. I'm trying to inspire before I expire.
Mm-hmm. You've worked with Bruce Lee, you've worked with a number of people. You've developed 50 black belts, 50 individual black belts. That's amazing. And I don't know what one goes through to get a black belt. I had a little experience, but really did not understand the complete lengths of time and what you have to do to get a black belt. But perhaps you could elaborate on that. What does a person do to get a black belt?
I can explain all that to you. Okay, once you have the discipline, perseverance, you don't give up and just keep on trying. There's an old saying, no pain, no gain. If you have pain, if you continue, you don't stop, you're going to have more pain. Okay, and then you're going to hurt yourself. As far as you just learn the principle of balance. Like if you have too much thinking or too much going on in your head, and then you get restless brain, they call this monkey brain. Okay, that means your brain don't stop. But if you can, when you have that, you need the balance not to think, because we have to decrease the mental activities. If you think too much, you drive yourself crazy, and nobody want to be crazy. So what I do is I breathe, I pray, I do Tai Chi, I meditate, and then like I sing, as you know, when you sing your diaphragm, from your diaphragm or your chest or your head voice. So basically, most people breathe from the chest, very shallow, but I breathe from my diaphragm, because I've been doing it for a while. And that's part of the martial art training, and it's part of the music training. And then I also compose music, okay? And then I just came back, I did 3 songs. So I don't have time to join into negativity stuff, and I don't want to, because if you repeat what you don't like, it's gonna stay. So about 20 years ago, a friend of mine is a doctor, he's a philosopher, he's a martial artist, he's a healer. And then I sit down with him. We're about the same age, but he knows different things than I do. He's from Oakland, California. I used to live in Oakland, California, not right now. And we're sitting down and having lunch together, and the 3 of us, and my other friend, he said, Eric, don't repeat. So I didn't know I was doing it. I keep repeating things I don't like. So, and now I see that most people repeat what they don't like. So that kind of feeling, that kind of experience is always there if you keep repeating. But it's okay every now and then. It's like a briefcase. You just open up like a book, you can read it, but don't repeat any negativity, because they're going to stay on your body and stay on your mind. As you know, all the decisions we make okay, it's coming from God or your decision yourself. God give you that privilege to choose how you want to think, how you want to commit yourself to. So therefore, if you make the wrong decision, stay on the left side, bad side, and you're always going to feel bad. You want to stay on the sunny side, you always feel better. So either you want to be, if you open the door, somebody, oh, Eric, I love you, and then they give you a nice flower, or somebody put a bullet on your head. We choose right now, okay? If somebody, let's say you are 6 feet, we are 6 feet and under. Either you can, somebody, oh, I miss you, this is my flower, or somebody piss on your grave. You have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like that. So
What was it like to? We spoke the other day about Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
and martial arts became very popular in the United States with Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee, and of course, you won many awards, and you're part of martial arts. I think it's called kata, if I'm not mistaken.
kata is a Japanese terminology for form.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, what that form is, and you know, your relationship with Benny the Jet, Bruce Lee, if you will, Chuck Norris. You know, he just recently died, and that's a shock in itself.
Right?
And I think he was 86 or something. if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
about that.
Yeah, but let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, first of all, Bruce Lee was in Oakland, and before he formed the system, and then he go to a lot of school and pick out what is useful for him. Because I live in Oakland, and so therefore I'm a little guy. Bruce Lee actually is smaller than me. He's 140 pounds. I weigh 20 pounds or more than him. So, but because we are small, so we are compact. But because so much violence, but we have to be able to defend ourselves, especially in a place like, I hate to put it, it's nice weather in Oakland, California, but there are a lot of crime.
That's what I understand.
Everybody know about that.
Yes.
I do martial arts for many reasons. May I talk about that?
Of course.
Okay, and self-defense, health, because my father's martial artist, he also owned business, herb shop, drugstore in Hong Kong, and I was born in China. And then entertainment, and I was a choreographer, and also taught classes in UCLA, and then you have peace of mind because you like to do many things. I like to share what I know to the other people. Okay, as you know, God is love.
Yes.
Okay, when you share, that's love. Okay, and some people take, but some people like to share. It's give me peace of mind and harmony, and I feel I can do it. Due to the fact I'm going to have a birthday parties, yeah, but everybody is 8 billion people on earth now. Okay, in the past, I don't know how many people went by before the 8 billion people here now. They all have birthday, everybody. So when I have a birthday, it's my opportunity to get all my friends together and share. So they can meet the future best friend, who knows, or maybe future girlfriend or wife, who knows, I don't know. And but I just put people together, and then so it should be about 200 to 500 people, right, to coming. And I personally have a lot of people on my website, and my address book, which is not on Facebook, TikTok, about 20,000 people.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I got. And if I was a doctor, they don't need to go anywhere. I'd be treating people left and right. But my network is huge.
Let's talk a little bit about herbs, because you said your father has an herb place.
Yes.
And there's Chinatown here in LA, and herbs, as I understand it, can be very good for you, but it depends what kind of herbs they are and how you handle them. And I know that the Chinese are 5,000 years into the herbs, if you will.
Well, China, India, Egypt, they hold the tradition, but the last 100 years, they all grown quite a bit because the technology and they have to keep up, what's latest. Like is we talk about martial art, and what happened is because Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, and many others, the average people who doesn't study the art, and they think we're a bunch of knucklehead and chop socket and break people's neck and things like that. It's not true. I know scientists, a lawyer, doctor, many of them are very intelligent people. They just happen to like martial art, that's all. No different than baseball, football, dancing, banker, or architecture. And I know judge loved the martial art. He's a judge, and I know lawyer. He did martial art, but he's a lawyer. I know a friend of mine, Jack. He's a lawyer with entertainment attorney, tax attorney, and trademark attorney. He's smarter than my other friend's attorney. And I personally know few of them are my student. They're attorney. So, and many doctors, ER doctor, regular doctor, Asian doctor, Indian doctor. So I draw the information I learned from them. So, as you know, we are good at what we do. If you spend enough time on it, you'll be an expert, they call it. Sifu, but any Sifu meaning expert. If you are teaching music, you are my Sifu. That means you are expert in that area. If you are a chef, okay, you are a chef, you can cook. And then he's a Sifu. We own a restaurant in Oakland, California. We used to be anyway, not anymore. And so called Lun Key Restaurant at 379 8th Street. And then, so I know about that. And I used to promote tournaments, luau, and then one big event. We got 14,000 people show up in Oakland, Oregon. And I understand some other people own it now, and I'm not sure. But I'm LA, so I do have experience in that. And I also went to South America. We got invited by Mr. Ed Parker. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He's Elvis Presley's instructor. And then and Elvis also gave him a Cadillac, the cape, the ring, the glasses, and all kinds of things. I know, but unfortunately, Mr. Parker has gone more than 30 years already, and then he's passing on. He went to the other side.
Now, you recently were honored at the Martial Museum, Martial Arts Museum in Glendale, and it's the only one in the United States, as I understand it.
Martial Art History Museum in Glendale?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you were honored for what you've done in martial arts and so forth. Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Well, actually, anybody can honor anybody. And then I really appreciate that the Hall of Fame, those things, as you know, in America alone, there's over 300 Hall of Fame. And museum you talk about is the real museum to me is only one. It's in Martial Art History Museum in Glendale, California. Mm-hmm. And lots of my friends show up. You were there, and then we talk a little bit. And then it's a place we can go to, and many people there have similar interests. And if I'm into music world, like I went to NIM a couple of days ago, Musical Instrument Museum in Phoenix, one of the biggest in the world, but a martial art museum. So I'm into music, martial art, healing, entertainment, all these things. Mm-hmm. And then spirituality, of course, you have to, because we're giving life, I'm still here.
Judy Chow recently, Congresswoman Judy Chow, I was at an event. Mm-hmm. My friend Arthur Peng was receiving an award from her because he has a book out, his American Stories. But she was talking about how the railroad was built by Chinese in the United States.
That's what 1800, 1700.
Something like that, yes. And so there's a big Chinese community here throughout Alhambra, Monterey Park, and whatnot.
Right.
And they have a lot of events and things of that nature. And they're here, and they don't want to go back to China, obviously. But we are in a country where it's a democratic society. We're patriots, and we want the freedom of speech, freedom to express ourselves, if you will.
Control freedom.
Yes,
There's still law, but we have freedom
yes.
to do what we want to do. Can write what we want to write and make movies and things like that.
But my question to you is, we're in a society where there's a big homeless problem in Los Angeles, in New York, all over the United States.
Yeah.
But the biggest is right here in California. And so for you friends out there, we've got about 2 minutes to finish. What would you do to change the homeless situation?
Well, it's if I was in giving the opportunity to help the homeless people, I would help them. And it's so many of them. I went to many states like Kentucky.
We've got about a minute left. Go
Okay,
ahead.
and you do the best you can and get them. Some of the people are drinking problem, some of the people have drug problem, and they have to learn some kind of discipline to change their mentality. It's very hard for the people to do that. And what we can do is try to help as many people as possible. Just say, you can do it. Right? I mean, anybody can do it. It's discipline, it's perseverance. And then, so it's, you just have to do it. And then you help as many people as you can. You cannot help everybody because everybody have different issue, because we cannot solve all the problem in the world because it's too many. So you just do the best you can.
I want to thank you for talking with us,
Okay.
Grandmaster Eric Lee.
Just call me Eric.
Eric, also...
You're not my student, therefore please don't call me Grandmaster.
All right. Before we leave, where's the party going to be? What restaurant?
Oh,
and where?
number one, may I talk to the people? If they can find me through ericlee.com. That's my website. And the party is, birthday party is basically is RSVP only. It's going to be at Monterey Park, August 9, August 8, actually, August 8. And it's going to be, I'm taking the liberty and getting all my students together. It's 7:00 p.m. It's in Monterey Park, California.
And the name of the restaurant?
It's called Capital Seafood.
Capital Seafood. So, my friends, on August 8th, Eric Lee will have a wonderful party, red carpet, a lot of interesting people, actors and whatnot. If you're in town or wherever you are, on Roco, whatever, stop by. And it'll be a wonderful time to experience the celebration of Mr. Eric Lee. In the meantime, keep your visions positive. Keep positive people around you.
Right.
Know God's there to guide you along the way. We'll
Correct.
see you the next time. Bye for now.